All right, what is up, everybody? Keith Jameson, Go Back Gator Guy 231 across DFS industry, 5 games, EPL. Let's jump right into it. If you enjoy the videos, like, subscribe, comment. All right, let's start at the top. I'm just going across how DraftKings has it done. Brighton going to Chelsea. Chelsea coming off of a really bad game. Midweek versus Madrid. Kind of in shambles for months, obviously. Lampard, in my opinion, not the solution whatsoever. But Brighton, the exact opposite, been awesome all season. I think it's largely a stay away from the game. There's going to be better spots to go to. Pretty much, I think Spurs are going to be very, very, very popular. We'll get to them fourth, but on the Chelsea side of things, I probably only went Ben Chilwell. Before he got his red card midweek, he was taking all the sets. Reece James did not take the set piece until Chilwell went off. Could that be sides? Sure, but I think we have to go with the most recent evidence. So Chilwell probably is the best play in this game. If he was not to be in, though, when we saw Cucurella or something like that, which doesn't really make sense because he is out for the next Champions League game, so he should play this weekend. But if for whatever reason he's out, then Reece James would take a Monopoly set pieces. It appears based off of last Saturday, which would be awesome because Reece James absolutely crushed. I'm going to avoid the rest of Chelsea, man. I want nothing to do with anybody else. Like, there's no floors. Everybody else will be goal dependent, assist dependent. Just pass. For Brighton, I would assume away at the Bridge, none of their guys are super popular. For cash, it's March and Gross per usual. I don't think either one is crazy to play, but probably a more GPP where they're at price-wise and the fact that they're away. Really want to go off the board. Matoma can always get on board with. McAllister on PKs. Fulham going to Everton. Must win for Everton. I think it's a really decent GPP spot to go with Everton. I do like McNeil quite a bit. I've noticed back to Burnley days when they have to push, it normally means McNeil's just whipping and crosses nonstop. So he should have a really good floor here. He's set to Amari Gray. Amari Gray a little more goal upside. So for GPP, I think Gray gets more of a nod than McNeil because of that. But both are in play. They're both cash plays too. They're fine. Outside of those two, though, Everton gets thin quick. You could go a Wobie. You could go like a fullback. Hell, if he's fit, I didn't look, but like a Yuri Mina, like a little stack could be like Gray or McNeil plus center back Tarkowski. Really good for goals. It feels like Everton, especially under Deitch, if they're going to score a lot of times stuff a set piece. So correlate, set piece taker, center back, Pickford and goal. There you go. There's your GPP. Fulham, one play for me. Actually, I guess they're multiple. But Pereira, Monopoly set pieces, away to Everton, who's not that good. I can definitely get on board with. Should have a really good floor here. And then the fullbacks, Robinson, and whether it's Tete or Cedric, all should get forward. Very offensive, the way that Fulham deploys their fullbacks. Palace going to Southampton, very sad that our favorite French teen or young 20s sensation, Michael Olise, is finally outside of our ability to play him. He's 9,800. That's just not going to work here in cash, but it's fine in GPP. I love him. It's just so much. They absolutely smashed Leeds on Sunday. Olise did take a Monopoly set pieces, so if we see Eze in, Eze isn't taking set pieces. Eze is a very good player. It's probably not the place for him or the price for him anymore. Those are the only two I'd really want to mention from Palace. It's a must-win for Southampton, much like Everton. Any of these teams at the bottom that have a home game versus a mid-table / low team, you just consider it a must-win, must get 3 points. Or its huge implications that they're probably going down. Southampton doesn't get a point, and really realistic doesn't get 3. They're that much closer to going down, which I think they will do. For Southampton, because of all those stakes, because his price is in the low 7,000, Ward Prowse should be a really, really nice play. his floor has gone down since he's got dropped deeper, and they're on their third manager. They're playing a lot more defensive. It's not working, but I do like Ward-Prowse. I think he should be fairly popular in cash. Anybody else on Southampton is surely just GPP. Again, kind of like Everton, just to go off the board. Though in GPP, Ward-Prowse, center back, Bazanu. That makes a lot of sense to correlate. Bournemouth at Spurs. Bournemouth straight in that relegation race, but they don't really take care of business on the road, as most teams that are down there do not. This should be really a game that Spurs looks to cake it on. I think they will be the chalk in cash. Harry Kane will be one of the most popular plays. I will say Son, which I feel like in most Spurs slates is going to decide a ton of cash, a ton of decisions. He's just not the same Son that we have had in past years in terms of having an excellent floor along with upside. The floor just really has not been there for the most part. That being said, this is Bournemouth. There's a really good shot that all of a sudden Bournemouth can make anybody refine their form. The floor play from Spurs, especially since Conte left, has been Perisic, has been absolutely awesome. So I think he's pretty close to a lock and load at 72 or 7,300, along with Kane. Then you can definitely go Pedro Porro. You can go Kuleveski. You should never go Richarlison, except for in GPP if he's in, but Richarlison stinks. Son, all that good stuff. Bournemouth we're just going to avoid. I always am a big fan of Tavernier when he plays. Just don't think it's the spot or the slate. Final game, Brentford at Wolves. Snoozer. Wolves. There's one play I'm interested in if he plays. Is Pedro Neto, 3.7K or 3.6K. I can't read my rating. He's a great DFS player. He's definitely not seeming like he's anywhere close to fit for 90. But at 3,600, you can definitely make it work. Avoid the rest of their BS. I guess Matheus Nunes is fine. Really, really talented player, being linked with Liverpool and a couple other big clubs. Does take an occasional set piece when he's on. Was the one that scored the goal versus Chelsea last week. But God, Wolves sucks. Wolves are just, ugh. Sounds bad. Sorry, Jay, one of our listeners, but Wolves just feels like a club that needs to be relegated. I don't know. That's mean. They probably aren't. They have good players. They just are just boring. I don't know. Talking about Wolves or looking at Wolves players, I just kind of go, ugh. Really? Really? Gotta deal with Wolves again? Really? So I feel. Brentford. Brentford's actually a really good team that, has similar parts for me because, their floors are just all right. Without Mbeumo and Jensen's fine. Monopoly set pieces. Probably should have considered him more last weekend when there was no Mbeumo. I don't know if Mbeumo's back or not. I don't remember that. Because again, I got to this game and I was like, ugh, I don't want to look at it. But if in, I guess he's a forward play option. The real thing with Brentford, why it makes it hard, is Tony. Goal dependent, but he scores so many goals, PKs, all that good stuff. Their wing backs don't really go forward. They often will play wing backs, especially Hickey. I don't know why. This goes back to international states. I thought Hickey was more attacking than he is. That guy doesn't attack at all. Rico Henry's on the other side, a little more attacking than him. I think, realistically, most of the slates can come down to what you do with Spurs. How do you do that? What do you do with the Chelsea? What do you do with Chilwell or James? Do you go for Ward-Prowse? Do you go for McNeil? Do you go for Pereira? Those type of plays in between, and then you just fill from there. So, it'll be fun. We'll see how the lineups go. If you are interested, though, in being in chat for lineups when a lot more information gets dropped, who's on set pieces, what shakeups happen, who are the boosts, all that stuff, click the link in there to subscribe to the site. Thank you guys for watching. That'll say. See you.